Chiquinha, Chiquinha.
Go check out the room.
Chiquinha.
Okay, I'm the content creator for this channel. If you like what I'm doing, just subscribe and then also hit the that little bell. That means you're gonna get notified of other videos that I do. Okay, so take a look at this map. It's in Mexico City. This is also called Zona Rosa. And the Angel of Independencia, that's the one that you need to know because that's where we're going to be starting. So we're going to start in that, and we're going to be walking towards that big, long boulevard, which is really thick white. And then there's a little blue line. And then over there, kind of going towards that little yellow circle at the bottom, you can pause it and stop it if you want to look at that. But that's where all these bars are at. So I'm going to be walking down those bars. It's nighttime in this one. So, okay, so first is the Angel de la Independencia. It's a pretty cool spot. It's lit up at night, and this is definitely a tourist attraction. There's some tourist buses. A lot of them stop right in this spot, and this is where we're going to be starting this video. Basically, at this particular moment, I had just came off a tour bus, and I'm walking back to my hotel, which is, if you go back to the other map, it's Hotel Geneve. Pretty cool place, and at the end of this, I'm going to be walking into it, so you'll get a sense of what it looks like as well. So in this main street right here is kind of, it's called, I think it's called Avenida de la Reforma, something like that. You can see it on the map as well. So this one is a big, large one with a lot of companies and corporations. But I'm going to be walking down a little bit different path. Oh, actually, sorry. When I first mentioned I was going to go down that blue line, that's where all the bars are at. I'm actually not going down the Reforma. I'm going to be going down another one, and I'm going to cut across towards just in a little bit, and then down to that where that blue line is at. I'm basically going south, more or less, or like diagonally south. So and there's an old phone booth to the right there that I just passed by. So okay. You can kind of see Mexico City is actually a pretty cool city. It's nighttime. In this area, you're going to start seeing people that are dressed up. There's some nice palm trees everywhere. Kind of reminds me of, maybe a little bit like Los Angeles or something like that. And the streets are really clean. It's actually much cleaner than Los Angeles. Much cleaner and much more pedestrian friendly by a long shot. Some policemen around as well. And you can start seeing some of the shops in this area, and they're pretty nice. And this whole area is called Zona Rosa, a Korean restaurant. That's pretty... Actually, that was the other thing I want to mention. OXO right there is kind of like a 7-Eleven, kind of a popular convenience store that's everywhere. And there's a lot of Korean cuisine and especially Japanese cuisine. I was really surprised at how popular sushi and Japanese cuisine is in Mexico City. So I was reading different things, and it's kind of like the trendy thing to do for. So and I saw a few. I think I'll I walked by some. Sorry, and yeah, and actually, like this area, there's Papa John's. That's a popular pizza place in the United States, and I guess they have chains here too. And there's another one called Little Caesars, which I went to later. I think I film it. But that's actually from Detroit, and I'm from the Michigan, Detroit area, so originally I left there about 20 years ago. But yeah, and these shops are nice, right? Like these, big nice windows, which yeah, it's like Mexico City really impressed me. And actually even these streets, right? It's like there's a lot of nice businesses that are very pedestrian friendly, and then these beautiful trees everywhere, which give off a lot of oxygen, take up a lot of absorb a lot of the carbon dioxide from the cars. So it's like a nice mix here, good mix of everything. Like very urban but very taken care of in a way. It's like very walkable. So yeah, actually I walked away from Mexico City feeling like it's like right up there with New York or London. Like just like almost up in that tier. Which is basically the top of the world, basically. So Mexico City was like just, maybe just short of it a little bit, because those are like the largest economic powerhouses where all the money is being moved around from. But as far as like walkability and everything like that, like Mexico City is like right up there, like just like it's like what a great city. And then actually you can even see it, from the street view. You can see everybody is there's like nice cars, that are like nice and kind of shiny, new, clean, and economically the city is prospering. So I think it's they have a lot less disparity of wealth than the United States. So it's like more things are a little bit more like comfortable. I didn't go to the bad neighborhoods. I'm sure it's completely different in other areas, and but these good areas that I was in, it just seemed like they just kept going on and on and on forever. I just couldn't really walk out of them. Which I can't really say the same when I'm in American cities. It seems like it's pretty easy to walk out of a nice downtown. Granted, New York's an exception. New York, Manhattan is like fantastic. But Mexico City just felt like kind of something like that, basically. I mean, its own little vibe. So, okay, so I'm basically going to be walking down this street, and actually this street has a lot of commercial activity. Actually, all these streets, this whole area does. It's called Zona Rosa. It's not too far from Roma and some other areas too. Circle K, another convenience store. Vips. There's also a bookstore in here somewhere too. And I actually do bring my camera into that one as well, so you're going to see that one in one of the future videos. You might watch this video like well after I've made it right now, but you'll see it after this one. Within the next week, I'll be putting up Mexico City videos for the next week or so, most likely. At the kind of near the end of the video, like the second half, we're about almost at the second half. Pretty soon, we're going to walk down a little bit further, and then we're going to go into this very popular strip of bars, basically nightlife activity. This street actually had a lot of nightlife activity as well later at night. Burgers up there, hamburgers were pretty popular as well, and seemed like they were more like the good kind, like the ones that they make on a grill and are really tasty, as opposed to like like a pre-made fast food type of burger. Let me see. But yeah, some of these stores are pretty cool. So yeah, Mexico City. Yeah, I felt real safe walking around everywhere. Okay, so right here is where I walk into this main pedestrian street. And this is where I think I was green or blue, that line that I was talking about. This is basically where that's at. So let's kind of take a look. I think I basically walk up and down it a little bit so you can get a feel. There's basically different people doing different things. So there's like some artist types. There's a few musician types you'll see. But a lot of them are these kind of bars where people can sit outside and kind of watch the world go by. Not too far from here, if you looked at the original map at the very bottom, I think it was a yellow circle, I think, it was the one in the southern part. There's a big metro right there. So a lot of people are walking down this street from their company businesses, corporations that they're working in. Some of them still have their button-down shirts on and things like these two guys. And they would walk to the subway station, metro station. So there was a lot of foot traffic, and I think this was kind of a good place for people to have a few drinks with their coworkers on their way home before they hit the train schedule, is the feeling I got. But it went late at night, so I think a lot of people would actually just stay out as well and just enjoy. So yeah, Mexico City is pretty cool. A lot of good food, amazing food, as you can imagine. And actually it was kind of interesting too, because like almost all these outside bars like that, they were pretty much going all day and all night. And in the daytime, you could find, I was by myself, so a lot of them were in groups socializing. So I didn't really want to occupy a full table by myself, so I didn't actually drink anything there. I walked by it quite a bit though. Took a lot of video walking by it, and I thought about having a drink there, but at nighttime, like every single table was full, and like each table maybe has like 3-4 chairs, so like I didn't want to I didn't want to take up anybody's seat, so anyways, people that might have been waiting, but anyways, yeah, it was a pretty cool spot. But actually, I could walk around all over this whole area, so I walked all the way down Lundre Street and tried to go down to some other areas too, and yeah, there's a lot to see in Mexico City. I mean, just kind of endless. And I was on the bus, right before here, and I was just seeing a lot of the city too. And like everywhere I went, even on these big tour buses that would go around for. The one I was on took like a 3 hour loop, and there's another one that was like almost like a 5 hour loop, and then another one that was like about an hour and a half loop, and they would have little connections. So it's like, man, everywhere those buses went was like good, interesting neighborhoods that would have liked to have explored. I just couldn't get off the bus at every single one of them. But yeah, Mexico City was. I definitely have heard that it has lots of bad neighborhoods too, but there's a lot of really good neighborhoods. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you were living right here, I think it'd take an effort to get to the bad neighborhoods. Like you'd really have to, you know, make a plan to get to them. At least that's the way it seemed to me, anyways. Cost of living was really low, so I mean the prices for everything was really low. So it kind of made me think, maybe I don't know, I'm not really sure. I mean, I guess if you had no money at all, then even though the cost of living was low, you couldn't really afford this neighborhood too. So it was, as a foreigner, it was like, yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like just everything was really like just accessible and affordable, very affordable and enjoyable, relaxing, comfortable. I could go out at any time, anywhere, and not really have to worry about anything. So yeah, I really liked it a lot. Okay. So you can see I'm taking quite a few pictures as well. Yeah, the way that I filmed, just by the way, if you are enjoying watching this video, keep subscribe. I'll have quite a few Mexico City ones that will be going up soon, and depending on when you view this, maybe they've already been up. Make a comment. So yeah, if you've got this far, definitely make some comments. Like it. Maybe just tell me why you're interested in Mexico City. Like basically, if you make some comments somewhere in somebody's video, then it puts it in the algorithm so that it might get introduced to other people so that they can see it as well. And if people just ignore it and they don't really say anything, they don't really like it, then it'll kind of disappear and it won't really end up in anybody's feed at all. Because there's how many? Can you imagine how many people create a video about Mexico City, and a lot of them probably there's like nothing to it. So yeah, if you're interested, if you like it, just make yourself known somehow. It doesn't really matter what you say. I mean, hopefully something constructive or positive, or just maybe talk about Mexico City or your memories or experiences of this street. Anything's interesting. Yeah, lots of 7-Elevens, and yeah, this street is yeah. Luckily, I just caught it. It's still not dark yet, so I was able to get some good film of this, and a lot of people kind of on the sides there. And actually, the way that I try to film too is I want you to be able to see what the feeling is like as if you were actually there yourself. So actually, that's kind of the goal. Whenever I travel, I like to put the camera on me and just let you see what it's like from any person's eyes. Some person that's walking in that city's eyes. So you get to feel like the stores and the shops and the people, and like I'm kind of a people watcher. I think most people are who like to travel. So anybody that's watching this is probably a people watcher, experience kind of person. They like to have experiences. So you can kind of experience what it's like to be in Mexico City and this particular street with me. Basically, what I just did now is I went all the way down to the end of the street, and then I walked back. So if you're looking at the original map again, I basically went to the northern part, the top part, and the end of that, I think it was a bluish green line, and I turned back around. So I'm going to go back down towards the station, and then my hotel is kind of near there on Londres Street, Hotel de Genève, something like that. And so we're going to get a chance to go through some of these bars, and you can kind of people watch. Most of these people are coming out of the station, so I don't know, maybe they even come from other parts and they're all dressed up. Some of them look like they come from work. Others might come from other parts of the city, and they just want to enjoy this area. And this is called Zona Rosa, and I didn't realize it at the time, but there's a lot of gay bars in this area. I'm not personally gay myself, but if you are, then this is probably a place that you want to be and you want to see what it looks like. And even if you're, whatever your gender is, whatever your preferences are, this particular area is a good, safe area. So, so actually, I was kind of trying to find safe areas, and then it's like, This area kind of came up, and then that particular hotel, which is actually marked Hotel Geneve. I marked it in the very top page, anyways. That particular hotel. Actually, I'm walking towards my hotel right now. I'm gonna go into it in a minute. But basically, this hotel is has a lot of history to it. It's very old. It's like 150 years old or something like that, 1800s. And they have a lot of. It's almost like a museum. Not a museum, but it's like they have a lot of memorabilia. So I'm going to be going into it in a few minutes, and you can take a look and see it for yourself. Okay, I think there it is right ahead. Geneve. So we're going to angle in, and then you can kind of take a look at it. And they have a nice fountain out front, and yeah, it's actually just a really beautiful hotel. I think it cost me maybe 75 American dollars, and it was like location-wise, it was a great location. I mean, you can see what's right out front, so there's a lot already right there. And I think basically when I go in here, I go in, and it's kind of funny because this is my first time back to the hotel. I've been out for the day, so I'm coming back. I don't really know that the key's not working right, so and all of a sudden the door opens back up again. Oh, there's my key. I guess I'm trying to figure it out, and then the door reopens, and then the guy sees me standing there, right? So he's like, "Oh, you need to get your key, sir." Maybe I was already trying to do that myself, but because I was trying to get out of my pocket, so I guess I must have known. Anyways, that was a pretty cool doorman, and a real classy kind of guy, and looked like he'd been there for a long time. Okay, so we're on our way. So I'm gonna go up to my floor. So we'll maybe I'll let you see what the hallway looks like, and then I'm gonna conclude shortly thereafter. So these guys are gonna jump out. All right, enjoy your time in Mexico City, guys. And I go up one more floor, and I'm gonna walk down kind of these low ceiling floor, kind of a red with little lantern lamps on the sides. Is it red or pink or orange? Okay, so yeah, it's kind of interesting. Has a lot of character to it. Okay, so that's basically with me, and I'm going to be going in. So all right. So hope you enjoyed this one as well, and yeah, like, subscribe, make some comments, and check out some of my other Mexico City videos too. Chiquinha.